Hey, what is up, everybody? We are back. We are going to do some Chihuahuas. We are excited. We get NFL football today. I, I am excited. I don't know about the rest of you. For those of you who didn't see, they do have a 40% profit boost on Underdog right now for the Pick'ems. So, if you're in a Pick'em state, you have that for the preseason game. If you're a real and true DGen. So, but we are going to look through a couple of these slows for a minute. But while I wait on some people to show up, well, thank you, Peppertoni and Losimo. There's one specifically I was wanting to look at with everybody. So this room right here, I ended up going three quarterbacks here with those quarterbacks because I got the Jaden Terry. Or no, I didn't. I just took Jaden because I wanted an elite because it's a Dalmatian for advance rate. And then Baker falls 20 picks. But I have the Jacksonville double stack. And I just made my pick, right? And this is what's on the board. Like, this is the top of the queue. It's all quarterbacks. I don't really love any, like, I could have taken Ray Davis, but I feel like that's an awesome RB room. I don't take a lot of Derrick Henry, so when I do, I want to try to make him work for me. And the third quarterback, like especially that in a a 4 of 12 advance into a 1 of 5, 1 of 8, like I think that's going to secure my floor of points pretty heavily. And I don't feel like missing Marvin Mims, Hollywood Brown, Garin. I don't think missing any of those players are really going to hurt me that much. And the other pick I took was Quentin Johnston, just because I am a little. Yeah, I think I had to do it because of the double stack. Uh, I didn't want to, but everything I liked had already went. So I was actually kind of hoping Ramondre or Njoku made it back. I probably would have kicked out QJ, but like these rounds are just ugly, and I I'm okay taking Marvin Mims there, but I don't want Marvin Mims on my Dalmatian team. So there's that. But anyway, we will now enter a Chihuahua 2. It is 90%, and I am entering in 10 seconds. So yeah, I mean, I was going to do it. I posted it in my Discord, asked some people about it, and they all like they were kind of saying the same thing. Like, I think that's right, just because of what was around. I think I needed the other receiver purely because I have two from one team. So there is a decent chance that each, like, they just ping pong weeks, but I need the third guy. And Egbuka is a rookie. So, like, I'll hopefully with one of these next two picks, like Demario Douglas or Wandale or somebody is still there. That's the goal. All right, we are in. We got the 108. We got Sladen at the 105. We got Losimo at the 112. If you're in here, Money Mike at the 102. What's up, Putt Daddy? I know Money Mike is in as well. He's new, like he's been around the community for a couple weeks now. He's been in a lot of our drafts. What's up, Zero? I'm excited. I'm excited for the game tonight. Uh, while we are what up, there's Money Mike. After my next pick, like I'll show you my DGen bet for tonight because of the 40% profit boost. I don't usually do pick'ems, but they put out a 40% profit boost pick'em today. So you could use it on any preseason game, but I'm rooting for my boy. I'm rooting for Omari and Hampton to have over 21 and a half yards, and for a guy I liked a couple years ago, Hendon Hooker, to get a touchdown. That's my bet. Josh Jacobs over 20 carries tonight. Or in the first game. I thought that was just for preseason. If that was for week one, I should have just did it for week one. There's a couple week one lines I think are very, very good. I locked a couple in a month ago. I got a bet in then. All right. We'll take Justin Jefferson at 8. What's up, J Lives? I've got this one other time this week, but nothing fun came back around. So I don't expect anything fun to come back around. I will definitely just take the highest ADP value, even if it's Derrick Henry here, just to be more unique, to add hopefully a different variance in my portfolio. If you're just popping in, please smash the like for me as well. I would love that. There we go. We do not have that. Nice. So we get a Justin Jefferson, Drake London start. That's got to be pretty unique. The only Hall of Fame game highlight ever was Josh Jacobs playing the entire game, and everyone stopped drafting him because they thought the Raiders were going to trade and bench him. Oh yeah, I wonder if they're just going to run Hampton all the way down the field and then pull him tonight, but maybe not. In my current Pomeranian slow drafts, I got Brock Bowers in 2 leagues. At the end of 209, 210, I take him every time it's down to Bucky Irving. Basically. So like anytime AJ Brown, like the rest of those, I just take him almost every time there. I don't like, I'll basically take Brock Bowers until I'm like over 15%. I do check to make sure, like, because I have the overlay, I can look at my combinations. So I make sure that I don't have like 40% of that combination. Like right now, my Bijan Robinson, Jonathan Taylor combo is like 26% of my Bijan teams are Jonathan Taylor also. So yeah. I definitely need to not do that as much, but I believe that there's a big tier break at JT. I do think that it's reasonable to drop him now with Anthony Richardson starting because Rich will run the ball in the red zone. And that's part of the bear case for JT is that Anthony Richardson can steal those touchdowns, right? So it would be fantastic to get Devontae Adams back here. That would be my dream. So something else I've done is hey, we get Devontae back. I mean, Hampton's a lot of fun, but I want this instead. I want the Jefferson with London Adams bring back game. Hey, or the Colts copy the Greg Roman. And yeah, I mean, there's a decent chance that happens, but it does limit the chance that JT has that RB1 overall season again that he had 4 years ago, or I think it was 4 years ago. You know, so because every time Rich rushes, it lowers his ceiling basically. And I will say I put Richardson up to like I moved him up to like 165 in my ranks. I'm going to get a lot of them. Oh, I don't want Kyron. Uh, you know, yeah, we're not doing that. There we go. I don't want if this was any other combination than Jefferson, Drake London, I would have been perfectly fine taking Kyron Williams there for the Drake London, Devontae Adams, Kyron stack. But because I've got 1.7% Kyron, I really don't like the pick. I do think it's an awesome pick there, but I don't like with this specific team. I feel really good about it. And I love, like, if I can land 2 running backs here, I'm going to love this team. I'm definitely going to get one. I think I have moved my rankings around a little bit today. So I have over 30% plus Colts running back. Seems good. 30% on what? Oh, JT and Giddens combined. Got it. I'm at like 28. I'm at like, let's see, 11%. Okay, I'm at 25, 24.8%. I've been mixing up my exposures with JT. I do like him a lot. I think he's one of the better picks. Like, because now that he's falling, I'm probably going to get a lot more. I have a hard time taking Tyreek over him. I have a hard time taking Bucky over him. I do think, like, I agree with like what Legendary Upside saying that Bucky's ceiling is probably extremely high, but the Tristan Wirf news is pretty massive to me. So in pre-draft DraftKings, I think I had 17% Bijan Robinson, which is awesome to me. I feel really good about that. I would be really happy with either one of these two. Yeah, we'll go ahead and take Alvin Kamara there. Yeah, so through 5, we got Jefferson, we got London, we got Adams, we got McLaurin. That is an excellent wide receiver room. And we have all different bye weeks. You got Alvin Kamara. No, I think that his ceiling, like his upside ceiling, is absolutely massive. I don't think this is going to happen, but there is a world where Rachaad White, like Bucky, takes over the entire role. He becomes a better pass blocker, and he becomes basically a bell cow. I know everybody worries about his size, but everybody worried about Achane size too. I could just see them doing it more the kind of like that, where they need somebody to block. They keep Rachaad White in, but they still have Bucky on the field because he's explosive, right? Like he doesn't have long speed, but he is explosive. They did that a little bit last year as well. Joe Burrow would look pretty good on this team, wouldn't he? And as you see, I have moved this man way up in my rankings. Yeah, I'm just going to do it. I'm tired of playing around. If I'm wrong on Steph Diggs, I'm wrong on Steph Diggs. As we know, I'm very in on Drake May. I kind of want either Travion Henderson or Steph Diggs in like probably 30% of my drafts at this point, just so I can try to get or keep May at the exposure I have him at. I don't take him at 104 very often, but like I think you could easily justify that. At 113, it's like 50-50 if he's there. So it'll keep my exposure at 20% if I continually do this. And I'm pretty sold that Steph Diggs will be the number 1 target, not DeMario Douglas, not Kyle Williams, and not Hunter Henry. I can absolutely be wrong. Puka, Bowers, Allen, Kyron, Connor, and then a naked Burrow. I didn't hate this until the naked Burrow. Who was the last day 3 pick who became a bell cow? James Robinson was undrafted. Does that count? Isaiah Pacheco? Yeah, Diggs never used to. I wouldn't do this, but Diggs is kind of stabilized over here, and I just want a bunch of him. I don't love almost always pull up if the running backs are all gone. I pull up Diggs, just take Addison, or I take Pearsall in this round every time. Golden does slip a little, so I don't pull him up as often, but I really needed a running back there, so that's awesome. So through 6, or this is 7, Alvin Kamara, Tony Pollard, Justin Jefferson, Drake London, Devontae Adams, Terry McLaurin, Steph Diggs. I really like this start. It feels pretty good. Pacheco did show ceiling, but he also, to your point of size, Pacheco also has been hurt every season he's played, right? So that's kind of what you're getting at there. I'm 20 in on this contest. I've yet to see Burrow on a team with the Bengal on it. Yeah. In this, I think in the lower dollar contest, you just take Burrow at the 4-5. I think you just do it. The difference between DJ Moore, giving up DJ Moore for Jerry Jeudy, yes, it's a drop, but not having Joe Burrow whenever you've already cemented the offense, feels a lot worse. I've kind of got to where if I take Burrow, if I take 2 Bengals or I pull up a Cardinal, I just go ahead and I just bite the bullet. This is the kind of wide receiver room I can afford for Godwin to miss the beginning of the season, and I can just be done. We get Godwin at 80. We don't need him early. As long as Jefferson doesn't miss the first few games, even if Jefferson missed the first game, we still have London, Adams, McLaurin, Diggs, right? All of these bye weeks are different. This wide receiver room is fantastic, and I have 2 starting running backs. Not Kamara's basically a bell cow. Yeah, this is different. And there is a small chance that Baker actually makes it back around to me. This might be a 3, 6, 7, 6. What would that be? 3, 6 would be 9. 7 would be, so 2. So it'll be. I might go 7 running backs. I done that earlier and I didn't hate it. I took 2 reasonably early, and then I just didn't take another one until round 14. And I solidified the rest of my team. Took 2 tight ends and 3 quarterbacks all right here. And then I just mashed running backs after that. Yeah, I went into work today, and then it wasn't that hot as it has been. But then afterwards, I did all my yard work, and then I grilled. So I was warm. I'll just say that. And I only rested about 20 minutes before I started the stream. So come on down. That's the closest I've ever seen Michael Pittman in my rankings. I grilled 6 pork steaks, 4 pounds of hamburger and 5 brats. All right. I think we just take the boy. Like, we have this awesome room here. I think we just take the boy. So, yeah, whenever I grill, I generally grill for my food for the next like 4 or 5 days. So, that's what I'll eat over the next 3 days at work and when I get home from work as well. It was very good. It was very good. Yeah, I didn't eat all of it. I meal prepped, you know. At one point, I might have been able to eat a lot more than I can now, but I can't do that anymore. Hopefully, these drafts go fast and I can get 3 of them in before the game. I haven't even looked to see what network it's on. I'm assuming it's on NFL Network, and if not, I'm sure I can watch it on NFL Network directly after it's on. I'm just assuming that I'll find a way to watch it either way. All right. Did we? I should have probably just taken my guy at 104, honestly, instead of this guy, because this guy still drops a little bit. And I think the other player is more important to my team. So, but we get both of them. So, there we go. We got the Drake May stack. So, the team right now 136 0. Drake May stacked with Diggs, Alvin Kamara, Tony Pollard, Cam Scadaboo. Wide receivers absolutely stacked. Jefferson, London, Devontae Adams, Terry McLaurin, Steph Diggs, Chris Godwin. Like we can like we will be able to spike through the playoffs. And the playoffs here is just a 1 of 9, 1 of 6. But that 217 seat final, it gives me a ton of firepower for that. It's on old Peacock, huh? I might have to go sign up for NBC then. I usually wait until the season starts before I do that. No, I'm going to stop at 6. I have 6 point some percent Savion on my 350 teams, so I'm good. I'm really good if we're right, because he's probably drafted like under 20% of the time. What's up, Dirty? Thanks for popping in. I think we don't even mess around and we just pull up the quarterback here. There's nobody I'm really going to worry about missing. So we got that week 17 game stack. The only other option we have at quarterback is Stafford. So I think we just do that. Make sure we get the guy. If Judkins comes back around, we'll take him. I've also moved Bigsby way, way up my rankings. See what you mean? You mean Christian Watson? What? Cam Ward clickable with? Yeah, he is. Weird way of spelling Wicks. You can have all the Wicks you want. Just so you know, I went in and I clicked the old minus button to remove Wicks from my ranks. So Wicks is no longer on my squads. I was kind of hoping to get. Do I take? I don't know. I don't have a tight end yet. I think I just take a tight end. See what running backs come back. Slap Demon. I mostly stack Ward with Pollard and Chig. I do it a lot with if I will feel like I have a weak quarterback room and I need a third, I take Ward a lot and I'll just stack them with a random receiver at the end. Restrepo, uh, Lockett, or Io Manor. Yeah, yeah. It feels pretty damning from the stuff I've been hearing about the Wicks front right now. Um, glad that I stopped doing that. I don't know how much I had pre-draft. Let's look. I actually have those exposure. I had 3.5% in pre-draft. I mean, if he gets traded to like the, I mean, my gut, I hate on Michael Wilson all the time. So I'm going to say the Arizona Cardinals. Nothing against Michael Wilson as a person, just one of those things. It's like I don't know how he only had 548 yards and 4 touchdowns as a devoted number 2, never hurt, and still never spiked over 15 points. Like, I don't get it. Do not understand how that is a thing that happened. Yeah, so making sure that is correct. Yeah, he had 2 14-point games in full PPR. Wicks in the Wilson role, yeah, it would be. I mean, I would take a Tyler Algier here. What do the yeah, I've moved Trey Benson quite a bit down as well. So with this running back room, I do want at least 2 more, but I'll probably wait till the very end of the draft and add 2 more. Don't want to see him with Kyler besides Cards or yeah, they did it last year too though, right? And I mean, I guess he ended up getting hurt, but they were glazing Zay Jones last year. I believe I had a little bit, not like a lot of Zay Jones, but I think I had a little bit because Zay Jones, like the 2 previous years, spiked at the right time. Yeah, that's yep, exactly. It's a tried method. It's not necessarily a true method, but it's a tried method. Yeah. That's great. We don't have any correlation with I mean, I guess we still do have Stafford there. Yeah, we'll go ahead and just do the Stafford. I think that's fine. So we got all 3 quarterbacks stacked up. I love this wide receiver room is awesome. We are fully invested into this Atlanta Rams game. Opens up Jarquez Hunter at the end. That video going around of Jarquez Hunter with the first team rep, like that Sean Mitchell retweeted it or posted it or whatever, and I was like, man, like I really want to get excited about this, but this drill looked completely not serious. Like they were all out there in just shorts. Nobody really moved. It was just like, hey, this is where we go kind of thing. So it didn't really matter. Like Kyron already knows what he's doing there, right? Watson 2, so they could lose both of them, which makes the Wicks trade seem less likely. Well, Hollywood is hurt, I don't know how bad, to be honest with you. I'm not clicking any of the receivers in this area, but I would be clicking Hollywood at 149. I would definitely be doing that. I was hoping KC would kick the tires on Noah Fant. I don't want KC to do anything at tight end because I believe Jared Wiley is fine. I think Jared Wiley is a fine player. All right, so I don't ever take this guy, but he's quite a bit past ADP. I'll do it. 11 picks past ADP. It is a bring back to the Chris Godwin, or I guess Chris Godwin would technically be the bring back to Jalen Wright. So we'll add a share of Jalen Wright in on this team. As I say, I don't recommend taking Jalen Wright. I can't condone my actions. I wanted the Bills to get Derrick Henry for the record. For the record, I wanted Kansas City to not draft Jalen Royals. We'll go on file. We will say it again. I've been right on a bunch of these. I've been wrong on a bunch of these. Right whenever I wanted DK Metcalf over McCole Hardman. That one I was right. I actually liked the Sky Moore pick, so I was wrong there. The one I wanted this year is I wanted Damian Martinez at any point. Any point. We'll do the bring back there on Mason Taylor. He was also the top of my queue on the Drake May and Steph Diggs. I've not been clicking Mason Taylor as often as I started the season. I had like 22%, so I wanted to let it air out a little bit, kind of like my Pat Bryant exposure. I'm down to like 18%, which still feels fine. What's up, Mr. Advantage? Yeah, so I will bring up, if anybody wants to play along, I'm going to find my this is my really bad no information bet that I'm making. If anybody wants to play along with me, go ahead. That's what we're doing tonight for the game. Just a $5 entry, just a little, a puppy entry on the game. We got Hampton at 21.5 rushing yards and Hendon Hooker with the touchdown. Just two players I like. I always liked Hendon Hooker he's never really got a chance. And I'm a Hampton Bull. So I'm rooting for my bags basically by making my bags even deeper. No actual information, no stats on if it's a good bet. That's just what I'm doing. JCM at 195. Let's go, shopper. Let's look at what Money Mike's doing over here. He's got Bijan, Chase Brown, Trey McBride, Jamison Williams, Cortland Sutton, Addison, Egbuka. This is something I've been talking about. I love the 2RB and then either McBride or an elite quarterback builds. It feels like I generally like to go to 95 with 5 wide receivers, but sometimes you just can't. But yeah, I think those builds usually feel pretty strong. And we are down to 24%, Jarquez Hunter. All right, back to he's got Baker at 95 with Egbuka. Bo Nix with Sutton. Loveland, this Loveland price is not going to stay. I recommend getting all of it you can. Mims, Bigsby at 143, Jaden Blue. I've been clicking some Jaden Blue, but I've been getting him at like 155 over and over and over. Jalen McMillan, I don't hate that with the Baker. Alec Pierce should be getting a bump with Anthony Richardson playing now. Brashard Smith, DJ Giddens, you took both my guys, or well, one of my guys. It was easier when Higgins and Egbika. Yeah, it was. Now you just have to embrace variance a little more, right? Like you have to. I'll take Higbee. I don't care. Basically, I think with those builds now, you kind of need to like throw in Ayuk so you dominate the back half of the season, if you're right. Because Ayuk didn't even make it to him. So, but yeah, like I don't mind what he did because he got the Baker stack and the Bo stack. So it's perfectly fine. Like I'm not knocking what he done because he got the double stack with Bo Nix. He's got the double with Baker. Like it's a good build. The starting Gibbs, JT, Lamar. Yeah. And you could have Higgins and then Bateman or Keon Coleman or even Luther Burden or whatever. Like all of that felt really good if it all went together correctly. A lot of those, I have a couple of those builds, and they do feel pretty good. All right, so we will go through the team. We have a 3-6-6-3. Drake May, Michael Penix, Matthew Stafford. Running backs, Kamara, Pollard, Scadaboo, Algier, Jalen Wright, Jarquez Hunter. I talked about going 7, but when Scadaboo made it, like whenever I got Scadaboo, that was kind of off the table, and then I got Algier feels fine, and Jalen Wright at a discount. So I feel like I made the right decision stopping there. Wide receivers, Jefferson, London, Adams, McLaurin, Steph Diggs, and Chris Godwin. Tight ends, a little weak, but Goddard, Higbee for the beginning of the season, and Mason Taylor to dominate at the end. I like it. Anyway, we are getting ready to do a second draft. It'll be another Chihuahua 2, and I will be entering in 10 seconds. Yeah, like it, but you did it the right way. You know, you stopped taking RB until very late. And then the first guy you took was somebody who's supposed to be the starter. Like that. And then you took just big upset. Like this is the exact way I personally like to build these rooms. Like you take 2 guys who are dominant, and then you take one guy like Bigsby, like Rachaad White, like Eckler, a Najee or a Mondre, somebody like that, an Algier, who is and a Ray Davis, who's going to have some sort of a role. And then you just take some gigantic swings. What is up, Cade? We are at the 8 spot again. Maybe we can get Jefferson at the 8 again. Money Mike back at the front at the 3, Cade at the 4, Slayton at the 7. I got the 8 again. Losimo at the 9, and Adam is at the 12. Horky here. I don't know who you are, Horky. It's a who sandwich. So after Amarian breaks a 25-yard run and runs right through a DB tonight, what's going to happen to his ADP? All right, so we got 18 votes in the poll. 72% says, I love preseason. 28% aren't true football fans and says preseason doesn't matter. I mean, it is true. It doesn't matter. Like both of those are true, you know. All right. Sorry, I'm setting up a poll. No, I'm not. I don't. I basically try to keep CMC between 5.5% and 6%. So, all right. So here's the poll. I am currently setting it up. There we go. Four or five Hampton, Kittle with Jamar was nice. Yeah, them were the days, right? I have a big board team that I got Hampton at I got Hampton at 60 and I got Travion at 84. I think whatever it is. I got Hampton, yeah. I got Hampton at 60 and I got Travion at 64. The rest of the team was trash. So it is what it is. We'll go ahead and do the week 17 thing on this team. I'm the same way. I will only take Almon in the second. I will never take Almon in no way, shape, or form. Am I going to take Almon before Nico, Brian Thomas, Malik Neighbors, or Puka? I actually kind of prefer Drake London to Amon Ra this year. So, like, I don't want zero Amon. Big board was the good times mixed with the bad times. Like, there was both good and bad going on in the big board. Like all the Najee stuff. There was the good Najee at 100, and then he signed and he went at 70, and then he went to a fireworks thing, and now all those shares feel completely wasted. I wish Lions didn't have another week 17 matchup. I don't agree that that's a nutted matchup, but I think it's a good matchup. It's not a matchup I'm fading, but I think that it's like number 5 or 6 on my ranking on week 17 games. ARSB is like Henry, extremely safe, still a good click, just not exciting. I mean, he does have single game upside, right? Like he does have enough upside to win a week. He was wide receiver 1 twice last year, and I think the only other person to do that was Chase, I believe. We'll take some more. We'll do that. Yeah, sure. All right, so let's look at this together. Wide receiver 1, it was a 25-point week. Okay, yeah, and then he was wide receiver 1 with 38.7. That was the Jared Goff double stack week. And then he was wide receiver 2 on another week. And that was a playoff week. So he's still a really good pick. I just think that their offense is gonna be a little worse. I think that offense is going to score about three or 4 points less a game, at least. It's another matchup for a quick hot route. Minnesota Blitz times 50. Yeah. I think it's a really good matchup for Gibbs and Amon-Ra. Maybe even Laporta. Why would you ever fade Lions? They have a ton of great pieces in the top 3 offense. They lost Frank Ragnow to retirement, and they lost one of the best run blocking guards in Kevin Zeitler to the Titans. They drafted somebody who was a guard who they're forcing into. He might be his second year. I can't remember for sure, but the guy's never played center, and he's going to play center this year. So there's just some question marks there. The rest of their offensive line is still fine, though. All right. I think we take a share of Tet here. So the Lions are actually a team that I'm personally fading a little bit because I think that they're going to regress 3 to 5 points a game. They had 33 points a game last year. Number 2, I believe, was the Bills at 30. They absolutely won't fall off. They might not. And I've made bad bets before. It's like, yeah. I also don't agree that Vikings Lions is nutted. Like I think it's one of the better games, but I like Atlanta Rams the most, and I like the Tampa Miami game a lot. I think the Vikings game was number 3. I made a chart at one point. Lamar AJ Brown team. Nice. Congratulations. You got a unique combo to your portfolio. Another game because 2 offenses are good offense, better than good defense. Yes, I get that. And yeah, I know J-Mo's improving, Gibbs improving. Yeah, and all that. But like the extra wide receiver depth is what makes the Lions so good at fantasy is their concentrated target share, right? This is the early 90s or 2000, I agree, but nowadays you can't touch them or hit them anymore. Yeah. I don't think J-Mo is – no, J-Mo's in a good spot. Laporta is now in a good spot. My argument on Amon-Ra is that he all these other wide receivers, Jamar, CD, Jefferson, Puka, Neighbors, Nico, Brian Thomas, even Drake London, and maybe A.J. Brown and McConkey. Like, I put A.J. Brown and McConkey in the same tier as Amon-Ra in this category. That is chance to have the wide receiver number 1 overall season. So, like, do you think, like, how likely is it that Amon-Ra is the number 1 receiver overall this season? My argument is that Brian Thomas Jr., Nico, Neighbors, Puka are all ahead of Amon-Ra in that. And in this game, we're shooting for upside. So with all this being said, I'm well overweight in eliminator on Amon-Ra. And I'm not out on their offense as a whole. I just think that their offense will be a little worse. And I just don't think Amon has wide receiver number 1 overall for the season upside. And I can be wrong. Yeah, that's why I'm low. It's not necessarily I hate the Lions or anything. I just want more of all those other players because I want access to what I believe is the highest ceiling outcomes. Bucks Dolphins I see as a Bucky game. Hill's been traded. Like, it kind of looks like it's going to be an Egbuka game at this point, right? If the argument is J-Mo is going to pop off, all those targets have to come from somewhere. Man, this room is destroying running back. I'll just eat some vegetables here. Take a very rare DeAndre Swift share of mine. Especially up here. I don't want to be completely out. I need to get to like 4%. I really like Bucks Dolphins as well, but there's 100% relies on. Yes. Yeah, no, it really, I don't trust it, but I definitely don't want to avoid it. I also think that I know that Houston has an awesome defense, but that Houston Chargers game in the playoffs was fantastic, right? Like, I think that's another game that people are kind of sleeping on. But I really like the Rams Atlanta game the most, and it's the Monday night game on top of that. And the game, like, I hate to say it, but I don't like the Seattle for the season, but that Seattle Carolina game could be the one that surprises people. Like Carolina's run defense was absolutely abysmal last year, and it's not going to be good this year. It'll be better because I don't think they can give up 3,000 yards again. Amon-Ra tempo domed offense with quick trigger quarterback. Yeah, like in a single week, I think Amon-Ra has that, and I guess that is kind of the game we play. What's up, Steve? But yeah, like I've just chosen to hit the other wide receivers and then to stack up a little more Amon and Eliminator. That's just how I'm playing it. One of Seattle, Carolina will be completely out of it by week 17, probably. My highest is Kansas City, Denver, but it's not. It's more that I like those two teams as a whole throughout the season more than I'm trying to stack that game. I'm stacking that game by happenstance, basically. I might get another player I don't take a lot, and Jaden Reed here. Go ahead, Sladen. Make me take Jaden Reed. Thank you. I'm actually pretty excited that I don't have to take Jaden Reed there. Yeah. Like it whenever we get to week 17, it's going to be, and we all know this, it's going to be Tennessee, New Orleans, where Mason Tipton scores 2 touchdowns and 3 people have them. And that's what's going to win everything. Where do you rank Ravens, Packers? And it was pretty low. I had it ranked at I think I had it ranked 11th. I'll see if I can find it's been a while since I've done it. Maybe that's something I'll do over the for Monday's show. Like next Monday morning, I'll actually go through and re-rank all of them because we have a lot more information and clarity on some situations, stuff like that. The Commies Cowboys is the other one I had above it. That's right. Yeah, and this game is underrated as well. That Jags Colts game definitely feels underrated to me. Yeah, we'll take Jaden Higgins with the bring back of them. Yeah, so right now we have a 3-4 or a 0-3-4-1. We have Omarion Hampton, DeAndre Swift, Tony Pollard, very solid running back room. Wide receivers, Malik Neighbors, Tet McMillan, Calvin Ridley, Jaden Higgins, and tight end Brock Bowers. We're just going to go 3 very late quarterbacks on this build. We have no worries here. This feels pretty good. We'll have the entire team built out by the time we even take quarterbacks. The Ravens, yeah. Well, the Ravens are a weird team because the Ravens absolutely decimate teams all the time, right? They just when they're on both sides of the ball, this has been for a couple of years now. They just completely and utterly destroy other teams. And then all of a sudden it's they play a pretty bad team, and then they just let that team stick with them the whole time. And not too the Ravens play good teams better. So I kind of think it matters on how good the Packers are. If the Packers are one of the really good teams, I think the Ravens will rise up and maybe make it not as interesting of a game as it could be. If the Packers go into that game at 9-7, I don't think it'll be that big of a deal. I think that it could be a better game in that situation. But if they both go in at 11 wins, just the way that and the history, I think this is the team we can take Ayuk. This is pretty late. I think we can go ahead and do that. I don't have a lot of them, but I do think that this late it's worth a gamble on a couple teams. I draft a lot of them as well, but generally, like I've started taking a few more 3 quarterback teams on Lamar stacks. Like I'll take 2 late, just for the week 17 thing because like Lamar is awesome, and I've came around to I think Lamar's going to be the piece you need to advance out of week 15 because in week 15 Lamar plays the Bengals, and I think that the people bringing up Lamar to stack with Jamar Chase, like Pepper Tony does, and now leg up has ruined it for everybody. I'm a small guy. I said it a couple times. I said it in big board as a divisional correlation. I'm like, I'm doing this to try to get the divisional correlation week 17. I done it like 2 or 3 times on stream. I can't remember. But like, I do think that game could easily be one of the ones that is what you need. Like you're going to need a piece from that game. I kind of believe that. And it might just be Gesicki. It might be Jermaine Burton. I don't know. Do I want... Yeah, we're gonna take him, and we could be done at tight end. Brock Bowers and Loveland. We got the 17 bring back in that game as well. Yeah, and Henry gets the Cincy New England group. So I think New England's going to have a pretty good defense next year. Maybe I'm wrong, but Cincy, like Derrick Henry, like that's the one reason I've started finally taking more Henry is I started thinking about it. I'm like, Henry just may be the guy you need in week 15. Like he really might be that guy. So I am fading him for the most part, but I'm gonna make sure to get like 3 to 5%, somewhere in there. I think overall it's a fine fade, but the more like I do think that Cincinnati Baltimore, because Cincinnati Baltimore just light each other up every time they play. Game you need week 16 will be Packers Bears. You think so? I don't think so. My favorite is Chase in the first, Jacobs in the second, Lamar in the third. Yeah, that's actually a really good one. I've done that once, and it feels really good because you give yourself the week 17 and the week 15 matchup as well. I did a team in the puppy 2 to where I did Derrick Henry at 10 and I took T Higgins at 15. Just to get a very unique, might be the only share of that in the entire contest of a Derrick Henry T Higgins. And then I built it out and I ended up pulling like the Chase drafter didn't take Burrow. So I believe I got Burrow on it as well. All right. So I don't like this at all. I don't like this one bit. None of these. I guess we take Stroud for the Jaden Higgins stack. We got the bring back here for Hampton as well. We can backstack it with Jalen Knoll if we need to on top of it. I didn't love anything going on right there. Ray Davis was probably my favorite pick. I don't know what. I think I pulled Tank. I pulled Tank Bigsby that high in my rankings because I took like 0 of him up until a week ago. So I've been smashing him. I liked him pre-draft. I was scared of that situation with them drafting 2 people. They play week 14 and then week 16. So one of those games, it'll be the one that doesn't matter. Are you pulling Connor up that high? I've been moving Connor way up my rankings. I think I want Connor ahead of Kamara now. Like the week 17 Cincinnati matchup for James Conner feels really good. I have finally got to where I think I'm not as out on Marvin Harrison as I was. I'm still going to be way underweight, and I'm still going to prefer the elite quarterbacks over Marvin Harrison, like Lamar especially. And I personally like Jaden more than Josh Allen, but you can get Jaden kind of whenever. So I never draft it that way. All right. What do you apologize for? What are we apologizing for, guy? Trevor Lawrence? Oh, Horky. Look at Horky. Horky took naked Jared Goff there, right in front of Adam. Yeah, dude, I can't believe you could get Connor sometimes at 70. Well, that's the thing. Like I take McBride over him every single time if I'm going to take a Cardinal. And positional scarcity, like the value of the tight end position scoring high is more, in my opinion, as well. I was so in on Marvin Harrison as a prospect, and watching all this stuff at camp, like he looks like he did in college now, but Kyler still can't throw the ball. So Kyler still has problems like not locking on and stuff like that, which is my biggest reason to fade him. But I don't like I was at 1.7%. I just wanted to get to like 3%. You know, I'm not gonna be overexposed to him by any means. Tillman to me is a smash pick right here. And then I can just take any of the like we could take Cam Ward if he makes it back. If he doesn't, we'll take Geno. Like we are perfectly fine with that. I was hoping that Bryce Young made it back to me. I didn't think he would, but I went ahead and pushed it. Yeah, Kenneth Walker is getting steamed up to an insane degree, like absolutely insane degree. Yeah, it is like, and the higher that the middle ones get pushed up, the more I like clicking the ones in the first two rounds because the ones in the first two rounds aren't getting pushed up, right? Like the Chase Brown, the Bucky Irving, the Josh Jacobs is actually falling while all this is going on. Jahmyr Gibbs, CMC, like all of those guys are staying. Barkley's cheapest he's ever been. So like, I don't like Barkley this year. Like I didn't like him at pick 2, but I don't mind him at pick 6 or 7. Like I don't mind him at all at pick 6 or 7. So like these double RB starts where you take an elite quarterback in the next round or McBride, they feel so good right now. Because everybody's pushing up all the wide receivers and like you look at what's going on right now in the ADP. So as soon because RJ Harvey's been going here, so then it's DeAndre Swift and Caleb Johnson to me should not be going there. They should be going down here still. I would rather have any of these wide receivers: Golden, Igbuka, Pearsall, Judy, Myers, Debo, Diggs, Jennings, Addison, Olave. Like you can get 2 of those every single draft in 6-7, every single draft. So, and then in 4-5, you have even slightly better options. So, like, I think the round 4 receivers feel just as good as the round 3 receivers. So like I don't mind doing this exact thing right here. I probably don't mix in Hurts, but like look at what he's done. He got Devonta and then Debo, and still got Keon Coleman, Luther Burden, and then some spike week guys here. Like I don't mind that, and you get Saquon, JT, Trey McBride, Jalen Hurts. He's absolutely stacked at every other position, and he still has Devonta Smith, Debo to like kind of secure the room a little bit. Like it is going to be weak at that, but it feels really good. Like he's going to dominate 3 positions. He's going to be weak at wide receiver, but like he's dominating 3 positions. And everybody else is doing stupid stuff like taking DeAndre Swift to 65 to not get behind. I don't want to be taking DeAndre Swift to 65. I actually don't mind the Pacheco click right now. Oh, I was really hoping this was an A-Rich team. We'll go Sam Darnold naked. That's what we'll do. We'll backstack Sam Darnold. We could take MVS in the last round or Dirty P's favorite player, Torrey Horton. There's still another player I wouldn't mind stacking with him. Probably not the best pick for this specific team, though. Darnold, Horton, Arroyo for all the money. Yeah, I have Tet. So, like, the reason I done that is because I have Tet. So this will be a bring back on that. I've got special plans for Sam Darnold. Wow, you have him in the hundreds. I have Pacheco at like 82. No, I have Pacheco. I have Pacheco right at 76. I think I have him and Pollard neck and neck. All right, so I do need some wide receiver firepower. Jalen Knoll would be perfect here. I would settle for Wandale. So we bring out that double stack. Yeah, so we got C.J. Stroud, Cam Ward, Sam Darnold. Running backs, Hampton, Swift, Pollard, Ray Davis. Wide receivers, Neighbors, Tet, Calvin Ridley, Jaden Higgins, Ayuk, Tillman, and Knoll. So we got the double stack there. We got the single stack with Ridley. Actually, double stack with Tony Pollard and Cam Ward. We got Bowers. We got Loveland. I don't mind it. We got 2 picks left. They're probably both going to be running backs. Day one when BBM opened, I was slamming Swift Pacheco while everyone – no, yeah, I get that. But in these new contests, it doesn't matter. Because in these new contests, you either want them or you don't. Yeah, I did the same thing. And I hit a lot of them pretty good, including Rashee Rice, who then also went the other way. Oh, yeah. No, I got him like I had a team that had Rice at 36, Chase Brown at 35, and Pacheco at 110 or whatever. Stop giving my secrets. Yeah. Yeah, all the running backs are pushing up, and it's going to continue to happen as the August drafters come in as well. I mean, I'll take a free Will Shipley. That's what I believe. I think that people are going to overreact to this and do that. If somebody wants to snipe me, go ahead. This is my last pick. We haven't done it in this contest yet. Anything that's a 20 max and above, I'm taking a single share of Damian Martinez in. This team feels like the team to do it on. We have a Sam Darnold to Martinez stack. No one else is doing it. It could be due to A-Rich, but he at 33, that's the furthest I've seen him. And it looks like we will have time to do a third draft. Honestly, I hate doing it with Taj Brooks still on the board, but I have 13% Taj Brooks. And I do like if Charbonnet gets hurt, Martinez is the direct backup. Or if Walker gets hurt, Martinez is going to get some time, and that's what I need for all of my bags. I'm not backing down. We got a 3-6-7-2. We got CJ Stroud. We got Cam Ward. We have Sam Darnold. Running backs: Hampton, Swift, Pollard, Ray Davis, Will Shipley, and one of the only Damian Martinez shares in this entire contest, Malik Neighbors, Ted McMillan, Calvin Ridley, Jaden Higgins, Brandon Ayuk, Cedric Tillman, Jalen Knoll. We have a lot of upside here. Those three guys plus Tillman need to make sure that the rookies get there. And then Bowers Loveland. I don't mind it. All right, we do have time to do a third one, and we got 30 likes. I didn't even have to set a goal. You guys did it anyway. Thank you all. I am on the screen. I will be entering a Chihuahua 2 in 10 seconds. I have mixed that in. Yeah, there is pretty much no world that he's a bad click. 3 more to start. Start shortly. I'm going to guess a few of you got in again. We got Cade in the 4 hole. I got the 5. Losimo in the 6. Sladen in the 8. You took my spot. I don't see anyone else in here. Don't. Will sweep. I don't know what that says. Will Sweepy Head? Got it. That's actually a pretty awesome name. Will Sweepy Head. You finally escaped my reach. Oh yeah, we drafted back to back. I tried the Alani Pink Slush and hated it. I live in a small a very there's not a whole lot of stuff. We have 2 cabinets of energy drinks at most of our convenience stores. So I don't have a lot of options. The pink slush was not good. I did not like it. I will try the blue slush when I see it, if I see it. Really? Will Sweepy Head. That's a really clever name. I got to give him props. Oh, 50 plus on the slows. Yeah, so I'm not fading Jefferson, but as I said, I'm not going to fade Gibbs, but I do have Jefferson above him, but we can get Jefferson pretty late now. And Gibbs has kind of been being pushed up the board. And based on what I was saying just a little bit ago, maybe I try one of these double RB builds, see how it works out. I do like doing it. But it all depends on what comes back to me at 20. If Lad's there, I take Lad every time. Yeah, some usernames are easy, very easy to remember. I only have like so I'm the guy that I queue up all my picks and then I let it time out. That's what I'm doing. I never get JT followers. Yeah, I rarely don't click him. I have started doing this thing where I will pull Chase Brown up to the second here and there so I can get a unique pairing. Like I can basically get 2 third round picks because I don't think the picks from 20 to 28 are that much different. So I think pulling and Chase Brown generally doesn't go over here. So I don't think like once the my top 17 are gone, I don't think it's that big of a deal to pull Chase Brown up. I think they're all kind of similar and it gets you unique. And I don't know if I have a lot of that, but I don't have a lot of this. So we're going to do Gibbs, JT. Yeah. Yeah, like if uh if Taylor was if I had more shares of because I only had 4% of my Gibbs teams with Taylor, but 20% of Bowers. If Taylor was gone there, I would have probably pulled him up. Yeah, all I know is I love being able to get James Cook still down here on this half of the board. Like that feels like cheating whenever you get your Jamar Chase or CD Lamb, and then James Cook comes all the way back to you. You know, I'll just take all three of them. I don't care. You're not going to scare me. Those are my picks. All right. Somebody doesn't want me to have fun. Kenneth going ahead of Cook. Yeah, like it is. I don't know. Is Liam pissed or is he just scooping Cook? You know? Now, I will say Kenneth Walker probably has just the same, I don't know. Like, the Bills' offense is going to score a ton of points, right? Like, they're just going to score a bunch of points. You know, like, so I am underweight on James Cook because I would refuse to click James Cook if Hampton was on the board. And Cook generally went before Hampton. So that's how I got to like 18% Hampton because I just always done it. And I'm getting less and less Hampton because I have so much of him already because I refuse to take James Cook over him. But I'm going to have a hard time fighting the price against the elite quarterbacks on Hampton. I think he's worth it, and I'll definitely be mixing him in, but I'm not going to end at 18%. I'll probably end more like 15% Hampton overall, just because like I've got so many good ADP shares of him, and in those contests, like I'll probably have a better chance of winning those contests because I do have the really high Hampton shares. I'm excited for tonight. I'm excited to watch this man run. Yeah, no, it really is. And the thing about bringing up these elite quarterbacks also, like you bring up Lamar here, Zay Flowers is free there. You bring up Josh Allen here, Shakir is almost always there at 77. Like, so you get a stack if you even care or even want it. What's up, Loot? I just take Cook on the right side of the board. Got it. Do we do it? You know what? I think we just do this. We're going to gamble here. So we're going to go extreme, like double anchor running back here. We're not going to take another running back probably till like 14. We're really going to ride these two. We're going to have to get back at wide receiver because our first one isn't going to play for the first several games. But I'm just curious how this is going to work out. I don't know if this is a smart thing to do, but the one thing it will do is if I get to the postseason, I'm going to have a really strong team. Is it the pink slushy that you were talking about, the blue slush, not the pink slush, right? I said the pink slush was the one I didn't like. Oh, Kenneth Walker's still here, huh? Yeah, I said the pink. Like I didn't see the blue slush, so I was like, I'll try the pink one, and the pink slush was bad. Like it was really bad. I'm dedicating this draft to Michael Lucci's and his life. If Josh gets less rushing touchdowns, he will throw for more. Absolutely. Got to get cherry or cherry limeade. We don't have a lot of options here. So I went with the only slush one that they had. Isn't this isn't Wishcast either. We've seen him throw 30 touchdowns. Yeah, no. Exactly. Yeah, I'm sure I've seen it as well a while back, though. I think Peyton did it once. I think he threw 4 and then 6. Bills had the highest point over under. Yeah. I mean, that makes sense. They're going to be a really good offense. Oh, that's by week 8 can absolutely get out of hand. That is a fact. Rushing TDs could go to Ray Davis instead of Josh. Just saying. No, yeah, it is. Was a Falcons camp all day and take. I'm already taking Bijan, sir. Bijan's been my RB1 the entire time. You missed it, but so I did 80 pre-draft best ball on DK, and I can't see the exposures now, but I could at one point, and I had 17% Bijan in that contest. So if that tells you, I've been on it for a while. Now Drake, I've just been at field. I did yesterday yesterday I ended up putting Drake London above Amon-Ra. I don't know how often I'll draft it that way, but I was under 8% Drake, and I do not want to be under 8% Drake. So we are fixing that, and we're going to fix it fast. Algier Slamma Jamma. Yeah, I take more Drake, his target share. Well, I'm still taking a bunch of Mooney. I understand that he might not play. I'm not that worried that he's going to miss a ton of time. So I personally am not going to fade him in a player that I think the Falcons are one of those offenses that could just be a top 5 offense this year. They really could be. And I want to make sure I have access to all of their players. also why, like, I'm actually at 6% Kyle Pitts, and I didn't think that was going to happen. I have like 4% Ray McLeod, and he's not 100% drafted. Like, I like the Falcons offense as a whole this year, and I love that Week 17 game. So, are we really going to get Ricky Pearsall back? I'll do it. I'll take the boring guy. So with the Rashee Rice, like, part of the reason I took Josh Allen or I took Rashee is because I was expecting to take Shakir here. I don't like taking him over or Shakir over Ricky Pearsall at all. But with the Josh stack and having the Rice as my wide receiver one, like, I need to supplement points for at least the first 4 weeks, maybe longer. I'm assuming it's going to be 4. If it's longer than 4, this price is going to go down another 2 rounds. If it's a 6-game suspension, we'll be getting Rice in the 6th, I think. Or maybe the back end of the 5th. Like, I would guess at least after, like, probably after, like, Ridley before Olave. So at pick 80, I think Burrow is fine to pick naked and backstack. Like, I don't like backstacking Burrow because I think his ADP is insane. But anytime you get like 18 picks past ADP, like, I think it's perfectly fine. Like, you gave them all. Oh, he went double elite, and it came back to him. He has to be mad. This guy in the one hole has to be mad right now. Got to be like, are you kidding me? I finally committed to not getting Burrow, and this happens. What'd the Higgins drafter do? Just ignored it. Didn't care. For the win. You know what? He said Joe Burrow is not the winning answer. Joe Burrow is not the guy. That is not what you need this season. When's the last time you've ever needed Joe Burrow? Why would you ever want Joe Burrow? I guess we take, like, on this team specifically, I won't take Mooney. I'll take one of these two. This game is beatable. That's what For the Win is saying right now. He's going, man, this game is beatable. This sucker took Joe Burrow at 80. He doesn't even have T. Higgins. What's he doing? I have T. Higgins. I'm pushing him. He's making fun of you. I heard it. I can hear it right now. He's over there making fun of Slade, and this guy's got a red badge, and he's taking unstacked Burrow at 80. What's wrong with him? He should be better. Hey, if you're just popping in, if you could, smash the like. If you're new to the channel and you enjoy the content, please smash the sub for me. It would mean a lot. I don't think it's going to happen, but if I can get to 500 by the start of the season, I am going to do a 12-hour live stream, drafting best ball the whole time. Whenever we get to 500, if it's during the season, I'll do something. I don't know what it'll be if the season has started, because I'm not going to do 12 hours of drafting dailies. That is not happening, but we'll figure something out for sure. I mean, I auto-picked Caleb Johnson twice on the stream. I'm not about to pat myself. You know, I don't ever take Michael Pittman, and I'm not about to start. You guys thought I was going to take Michael Pittman, didn't you? I think I got you guys. So We started Jahmyr Gibbs, Jonathan Taylor, Josh Allen, Rashee Rice, 0 wide receiver through 4. Then we hammered wide receiver. Calvin Ridley, Steph Diggs, Khalil Shakir, Cooper Kupp, Trey Harris. So I think I've got enough at wide receiver here to get me to week 5 with Rice. And I think once we get there, we're very, very strong. I'd gladly learn Jermaine Burton for pick. Yeah, absolutely. And it is Jermaine Burton over Yoshi Voss for me. I'm not sure about you. 12-hour WNBA dailies for the people. no, that is. I have no idea about WNBA, even NBA for that matter. Like any basketball, I'm pretty lost on. I just know that I don't know anything about it. Yoshi Voss is still a fine pick, but I think it depends on your team. If you need upside, I personally think you take Burton. If you just need some points, you just take Yoshi Voss and hope he holds on to the job. Because Yoshi did have 6 touchdowns or something last year. Yeah, he had 6 touchdowns. He had, what was it? We will go here. Is this how you spell it? Yeah. So game log. He had a couple 14-point full PPR games and a 16-point. So I guess he still only had a couple 12-point games. So I guess maybe he's not worth it. I mean, a 12-point game starts for you. And in the last round, if you get somebody that starts for you, it's actually not that bad. Have you ever? Nope. So hit his. Yeah, I mean, it all depends on if that defense is as bad as we expect it to be. Yeah, I just do this, right? Yeah, why not? Drake May, Josh Allen. Sign me up. Drake May, Josh Allen. Jahmyr Gibbs, Jonathan Taylor. Rashee Rice, Ridley, Diggs, Shakir, Kupp, and Trey Harris. Welcome, Fantasy Dog. I thank you. Who's ready for football? I am ready. We got 30 minutes. In 30 minutes, we will get to see. It'll probably be more like 40 minutes after actually, it'll probably be more like an hour. They'll probably have 30 minutes of honoring people and stuff before they snap the ball. Okay. I've actually not really listened to a whole lot of Shane Gillis. I know he's funny. I've been so deep into the fantasy football streets that I've not listened to that. Basically when the season starts, I'll still be I'll be looking through a lot more stuff. But right now I just draft teams and look up stuff. I'll have more entertainment value stuff for myself later in the year. I would love for Loveland to be back here. And honestly, Ramondre would be perfect for this team too. Actually, yeah, we'll take Ramondre. And then we can fit into because that helps us with the bye weeks. We got 11. He's our bye week starter maybe. And then we could take a couple upside swings late. This is definitely a 3 tight end team. I'm legit excited to see 2025 Trey Lance with Greg Roman OC. I'm excited to see Hendon Hooker play ball again. I liked Hendon Hooker. You're missing out. I went and watched a Rams preseason game live. It was an awful game. It was 14-16. I think the Rams, they had a defensive touchdown, and they only had like 180 yards total offense, and like 65 of it was on a single pass. It was brutal. It was very brutal. But I paid like $9 for the tickets. So like, I think, speaking of that, shame on the NFL for forcing people to buy preseason tickets in their season ticket package. Like, that's not part of the regular season. That's not part of the season. That's the preseason. You name it differently. Why is that enforced? How dare you? Just a little side rant there. How dare them? Got to watch the dudes trying to make special teams in the practice squad. Well, like some of your favorite rookies and stuff, you get to see. Like, I am extremely excited to get to watch Seattle's first game so I can watch Damian Martinez out there, or the Rams' first game. Yeah, we'll take the double stack. I love this team. I don't know what you guys think, but I love this team. We got 3 Patriots. We got the 2 studs there. We definitely came back at wide receiver. Haven't really looked at the bye week situation. Week 10, week 14, week 7, week 8, week 12. Yeah, we're good. We are good. And then Rice is week 6. So you miss. Yeah, we're good. Now, if Rice gets a 6-game suspension, he won't be back till week 8, right? So that's really bad, because that means he misses more than half the season. It will be hard to advance those teams, but those who do advance will be strong. And I've not taken much Rice since he's been falling or to the 4th. I prefer him in the 5th, but on this team, I was just feeling it. The first real 3 games. Yeah, I think we just do that. I think we just go with Tank there. I guess we're not. I guess we're just gonna go with Tank, and then we'll take an upside shot later. This is the first time I've taken him in like 2 weeks, or since I think this is the first share of him I've taken since the news that he took the deal. What did Pepper do? Oh, the first 3 real games are the actual preseason. I mean, you can hate on preseason. It's fine. I like watching it. So I like watching, because yes, maybe they're not as good of players as the pros, but at the same time, the news, I'm talking about when Rashee Rice accepted the plea deal, like a week and a half ago. I may just have bad pod luck, but yeah, he goes. Well, that's why I just took a random share here. The latest I've seen him go is 51. I I've passed him at the 40. Like I've passed him on a chase team over here because mostly because they have the same bye week. So like he doesn't even like or no, that's wrong. I was wrong earlier. Casey has bye week 10. So now disregard what I said. Yeah, so Chase and Rice have the same bye week. So I was like a little more put off from it for that. Like I don't think bye weeks matter an incredible amount, but I do think that it's something to be cognitive of. Yeah, we Demario Douglas goes. We're about to take our tight end one, everybody. What do we want to do? Who do we want? Any of these guys are fine. Any of these guys are fine. I need to remove Darren Waller from my ranks. Yeah, probably go 2583, I think. Yeah, this is going to be a 2583 team. What's up, Ben? Welcome back. It's been a while. Glad to see you. I'm just afraid he's more likely to get 6 than 4. I think it's going to be 4 just because, yes, and 6 means he misses 50%, and that's, yeah, and that is very, very rough, right? I think the plea deal and the no official charge thing means it's going to be less. Kind of like Addison getting the wet reckless, I assume. And I'm not a lawyer. I don't know any of this. This is just me guessing. But I'm going to assume since everything got dropped and all that happened, that's going to less because of the charge is lesser. They're going to look at it a little differently. Whether that's right or wrong, that's just what I think is going to happen, and I could easily be wrong. I'm on broke boy timing out right now, so I've been kind of avoiding the best ball streets. Oh, I guess whatever you do for work is no longer work or something. I mean that could, and welcome to the stream. One Sip Reviews. First time I've seen you comment. Maybe I brought one up and I missed it and I didn't shout you out. I generally try to shout out whenever I see somebody new. But thank you for stopping in. If you enjoy the stream, please smash the sub. And what do you review? Is it just any kind of drink? I'm assuming you do like just random drinks or what? Maybe wine? I don't know. I'm curious. Yeah, that would make sense as well. The appeal is the worst case scenario, though. I honestly don't think Kansas City will let him appeal it because the appeal thing is why, like, if the appeal takes a while, they could miss him through the playoffs. Because, like, when Elliott got suspended midseason, it wasn't that he got suspended midseason. He appealed it, and then the appeal went through, and then he got then his suspension went active midseason. So I don't think they will want him to do that. I'm assuming they've already talked about that, unless that appeal is definitely going to be done by week 1. But that's just a guess. Got a new job, and it's technically higher paying, but it's 40 hours a week. I used to work. Oh, okay. So it's more dollars per hour, but more free time. That's fantastic. I'm happy for you. One sip review, settle it right now. What's the best energy drink? There you go. Random drinks. What's the wildest thing you've tested? Like, what's the single worst thing you've drank? And let me know, and I'll go watch that review. I assume that you have those reviews up. White Monster, got it. I will see. Like, I'm assuming you have all of your reviews labeled by what it was. What's up, Peppers? Thanks for stopping in. Scary Terry requests trade. Therefore, I'm loading up the draft rooms to buy the dip. I mean, that's just part of the process of asking for more money, right? Like, you ask for more money, they don't instantly give it to you. You're like, oh, I want to trade. And they're like, no, here's money. That's how that goes, you know. Hating on job site. Yeah, let's take. I don't know. I think we just take Jatavian Sanders here. And then that's a janky tight end room. But I want somebody like a Ray McLeod, an MVS, a Deontay Johnson on this team, honestly. I got two rookies and Rashee Rice. Tyler Lockett, I hate to admit, is probably a good pick for this team. The first couple weeks, it will probably be Tyler Lockett. Maybe this is one of the only teams I take this guy as well. If he's there at the end and Lockett's gone, I will take it. You your best friend is pretty much the boss, and we do important work helping people on parole. That's awesome. Yeah, like I've never did work to where I get to like see people succeed by me helping them, but like I did like some youth camp stuff as a kid, and that stuff is so rewarding. I'm sure that like your best days are fantastic, but your worst days are probably pretty bad. Did Terry delete it? Terry gonna fall in the way back ADP. Dude, that would be so awesome. I'll start taking more CD Lamb if I can get Terry stacks on the backside now. Like, that may be a reason for me to do another BBM or a couple of BBMs to get one of those. Yeah, one of my best friends does he went through like public services and like worked with not necessarily DCFS, but it was like a sister company to them. And he loved and hated that job. Like, absolutely both of them at the same time. Yeah, I think you guys are going to force me to take old DeAndre Hopkins, aren't you? There we go. That's for you, Pepper Tony. We got a DeAndre Hopkins share. You're welcome. All right, so we'll go through the team real quick. We got a 2-5-8-3. Josh Allen, Drake May. Running backs, Gibbs, Taylor, Ramondre, and Tank. Brashard Smith. The wide receivers, Rashee Rice, Calvin Ridley, Steph Diggs, Khalil Shakir, Cooper Kupp, Trey Harris, Kyle Williams, DeAndre Hopkins. Tight ends, Gesicki, Jonnu, and Sanders. Just to show you that I have 0.8% Devontae Walker and I had 0.3% D-Hop. I would much rather take him generally. But on this team, I just need somebody who's playing the first few weeks. I don't need somebody at the end of the season here. I just need a veteran. And who's more veteran than D-Hop? If you wouldn't draft Nelson Aguilar on the Ravens, I drafted Aguilar once or twice. I'm not proud of it. Not proud of it. Not proud of it. Don't. But anyway, everybody, we got 10 minutes. I guess I still have to sign up for NBC. I'll see everybody on Sunday night, either 6:45, 7 p.m. Central. I hope you all enjoy. I will, right after this, I'm going to go over there. I'm curious. Peace, everybody. Have a great night. Hope you enjoy the game.